Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Dawn here. So today I'm with you for another mixed media project. So my plan today is I was in the pound shop with my children the other day, and they had a clearance section. And in that clearance section was this box, which is really nice, nice and sturdy. And I thought that it would be a perfect thing for me to actually do something with on my channel. So that's what I'm doing. So it is just, so all I thought I'd do is, all I'm going to do now is I'm just getting rid of all of these labels. And then I'm going to get my white gesso and I'm going to gesso the whole thing. And my idea is I have a lot of bits of paper that I chopped up, and I was going to put all of these in the bin. And from when I've been using all my digi-stamps, and I thought actually I could do stuff with these, the bits of card. So all the bigger bits I can keep to stamp sentiments and stuff, but then I have lots and lots of thin strips. I just thought I don't really want to waste it because it's nice card. So I thought, why don't I use them on something, and we'll see what we can do. So my plan is to build up some sort of composition on here to create texture. So it'll just be all the little bits. So probably just all of them bits. So if I just get them out, so that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to do that on camera, and then what I'm going to do once I've done it is I'm going to actually leave it to dry, and then we'll come back, and then I thought I'll go through my metal embellishments and bits and bobs, and we'll see what else we can add. So I think that's going to be quite fun. So I think we'll just use these bits, because these bigger bits I can use for stamping. And I do try and keep everything. So I have my gesso here. I need a paintbrush. So we'll use this one. And I'm using 13 Art gesso. It's a lovely thick gesso, but I have to admit it's very hard to get hold of. But you can use any gesso that you want. I know the Works do a gesso, and it's £5, and I tend to use that as well. So I'm just painting it on, as you can see. This is lovely to work with. And then what I thought we'd do is we'll actually use the gesso as our glue to glue our bits and pieces on and give some texture. So all I'm going to do is I'm literally just going to put them on. I'm not really going to think about what I'm doing. I'm just going to add them, and I'm not even worried about the sizes of them. I will cut a few bits down, but I just think it'll be nice to create some sort of texture on the top. So instead of using a stencil, so like this, rip that bit. So you can use your gesso as a glue, which is quite nice, especially when it's just like paper bits like this, and for tissue paper and other bits that you want to use. So yeah, that there. So I really am just building this up. Really, I should put this up fast forward, but yeah. So just adding more and more. I'm actually really liking the look of this. I'm not sure if it'll be coming up very well on the camera, because of the fact that I am painting it in white. I'm just cutting some smaller bits just to add on. So, and now I'm trying to decide actually, do I want to add on any sort of stenciling? to add just that little bit more texture, or do I want to add lace? I don't know. Yeah, I think this is going to be one of those projects where we just sort of wing it and hope for the best. So let me just get that under there. There we go. But I'll just bring this up. I mean, look at the gorgeous texture on that. I mean, how lovely is that? So that is the top bit done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go off camera, because I don't want this video to be super long. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same around the 4 sides as well. And then I'm going to leave it to dry, and then we'll come back and have a look at whatever else we can add to it. So I will see you in a second. Right, okay, so I have done that. So I have a box here that is filled with pendants and shells and other little bits and pieces. So what I thought, and I've got some resins in here. So what I was thinking was we can do some sort of pattern on the top using these few bits. Now I have absolutely loads of these and I've never known what to do with them. So maybe use a few of them. I've got these. I'm not bothered about the colour because we are going to change the colour. I've got some metal. Have a look. There's some more resins. I've got a resin butterfly which we can use. Sorry for the rustling, it is quite noisy. Right, I'm actually liking the idea of these, so I'm just going to grab my my gel medium. Now I do put my gel medium in a jar because I found that when it was in its tub it kept it kept sticking, and I just, no matter how much I tried, I couldn't open it. So my husband suggested putting it in here, so I have, and you know what, it works a treat. Okay, so I'm not really going to think much about this, but I do want to use these. I don't want these metal rings on, so I don't want the jump rings on, so let's take them off. But let's put some gel medium on. Now gel, you can use your glue gun for this if you want to. You don't have to use gel medium. However, if you want your project to last, then I would highly suggest using gel medium. So yeah, right, let me just put more of this on. So I'm going to try and think as much as I can about my composition and where I want things to sort of be placed. So I'm liking the idea of maybe one more here. Yeah. So this is going to be my base, and then I'll build up on top of the base, hopefully. And you want to do what you feel is right as well. You know, and the good thing about projects like this, it doesn't matter what they look like, what the pieces look like. It's more the shapes than anything else, because it's the shape that you're wanting. Because we are going to cover this with white gesso, so it's all going to end up being white anyway. And I really like these, so I quite like the idea of having these just sat on top. So plenty. Now you can use your heat gun to dry these off. However, because of the pieces that I'm using, I'm going to leave this to dry naturally. So I'll probably leave it for about, well, overnight. So it's early morning, so I'll probably come back to it tomorrow. So I'm just sort of trying to guess where I need to have the gel medium. There we go. Take the excess off. Do I want one more on? I don't think I do. Right, we do have this gorgeous heart, which I quite like the idea of there. Let's have a look. Right, I don't think there's anything else in this box, but I do have some bits and pieces in here. So I've got these smaller circles. Actually, yeah. Well, that should say. I've got this metal piece. So I am really just looking to see what is within my stash and then building up from there. I quite like that lady. That's not going to stay there. Okay. Stay. I have this locket. Nope. Yeah, lots and lots of things. But it's just playing around with what you've got until you're happy with the outcome. So that is all I am doing. I like that butterfly. Right, I must have some more bits and pieces. Let's have a look to see what's in this drawer. So, oh, I do have one of them, and it's too big. I've got angel wings, more angel wings. Yeah, nothing in that drawer. Right. Okay. I'm not actually sure what I want to do. Oh, that would look lovely on the front, so that is going to be stuck to the front of the box. So at least we've got one thing decided. So I know it doesn't look like much now and it just looks like a hot mess, but I think I'm going to stick with the heart. I think the heart's the thing that sort of makes me, and you know what? I think sometimes less is more. So I'm very, very tempted not to put much else on actually. I quite like that there. So I will use that. Right. That's going to go on the front. Oh! Like that, and then if I put that there, if it falls down there. Okay, right, and then I'm just going to go in with this heart, because I really like this heart and I think actually it looks quite nice. And like I was saying, sometimes less is more. I don't think we need to build up too much of layers. So what I'm going to do is get rid of all this excess, and then now that we've stuck these down, I think what I'll do is leave this now, and when it's fully dry I will come back. I will put a coat of gesso on it first. Make sure that's stuck down. I really, really like that. So give it a coat of gesso and then I will be back. So next time you see me, this will all be white. So I've just really, all I've done is I've just sort of built up just sort of more texture and built up some sort of elements, put elements together. I don't know what it is that I'm trying to say. I sort of know the words, but they're not coming today. The one thing that I will look for, that I was thinking that might be quite nice, is some cabochons, because I really like my cabochons. So I'm thinking just the little ones. Put them on. Oh, some of these baby ones. These are actually, the colourful ones are cat's eyes. So I use them in my silversmithing. Maybe one more over here. There we go. One in there. Oh, there's my tummy. I've eaten as well today. One there. Actually, no. That one I'm going to put there. And then I'm going to get a little one and put... Oh, I've got one stuck to my finger. Oh, more. I'm not liking that one there. So, put that there. Yes, much better. Right, I think a few more little ones dotted, and then I think we can say that this is finished. Well, not finished, but we've finished adding our embellishments. So, yeah. I think one here, maybe one there. Oh, I'm dropping them. Do I want any? No. Right, I think that's it. I think I'm done. Right, okay. So, like I was saying, I am going to leave this to dry. I will then put a coat of gesso on. Well, it'll probably actually be 2 coats of white gesso, and then once we have done it, then we can then start colouring. But so that is the top, and I know it doesn't look like much, but it will. That is the front. Oh, that's falling. And then around the sides we've also put those, so I think the textures are looking really good on this. So yeah, so when you see me, this will all be white and we will go into colouring. So I will see you in a second. Right, okay, so I'm back. So it's all solid. This is my 3rd coat now of white gesso, and just because I don't want any of that colour to come through at all, so I just thought I'd come back on and do that with you. It is actually quite therapeutic doing this. I quite like it. But I mean, if you want some of the colour to come through, then by all means, you don't have to put as many coats on as I am. But I just want to have a really, really blank canvas. So yeah. So I think we are just about ready. So there we go. So as you can see, it looks so much better straight away than when we stuck the stuff on, and that's because we've toned all those colours that really didn't go together at all. We've taken them away so that we can put our own mark on this and our own stamp. You know, and it's about looking for, go into charity shops or and see if they've got bits of broken jewellery or things like that, and you can use them to create texture. You can use anything you want to create texture, and I think that's the really good thing about it. So that is that done. So let me just move the gesso out the way and let me just clean this little bit off. Right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go and pick some colours out, and then we're going to colour the top of it and around the sides, and hopefully make this into something beautiful. So yeah, I will be back in a second. Okay, so what I've done is I've actually just gone in my stash and picked up just a few random bits and pieces. So I have my Inktense pencils, I've got my cheap watercolours, I've got my Winsor & Newton watercolours, I've also got, just move that out the way, these Winsor & Newton watercolours as well. And then I've just picked out some browns, yellows and blacks with a little bit of hints of red in, and then this red watercolour that I got from Tiger. So what I think I'm going to do, excuse me, and I think I might also use some of this as well, which is what I bought from Hobbycraft. So what I'm thinking of doing, we'll start off with the lightest colour. Now we've got, so I've got mauve, purple lake, India red, so I think I might use the India red. We'll have some of this white, indigo, cardamom red deep hue, and emerald. So I'll move them. So I might use these two. I do have a little Winsor & Newton thing here, so that's not really that clear. I need to actually get myself a new palette, I think, so that I can put some of these in and this day. So we'll just want just a touch, because I'm not going to be using loads of this. So just move that, and then this will just dry onto here, so that it's not wasted. So a bit of white and some India red. There we go. Okay, so that's that done. I do need myself a brush. I do have some water here. Get myself another brush, I think. So all I'm going to be doing is I'm just going to be building up the colours on here. So I am going to start using like the lightest colours that I have and working my way into dark. I have white to then tone it down if it gets too much. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put music on, and then I won't do it too fast, so I won't do it my usual really fast speed, but I will do it quite quick because it can be a long process to colour something. So yeah, I hope you enjoy. Okay, so I have coloured my books in, and I have gone for a completely different colour to what I would normally go for. So normally I do like pinks and purples and things, but this time I've gone with this gorgeous red colour. Now it is showing up as a pink, but it is red. But doesn't that look absolutely gorgeous? So the last bit that I would like to do now is I'm just going to decorate the top. So I do have a few elements within my stash that I'm wanting to use. So I have these gorgeous red flowers. Now I have 2 of these left. I don't want to hide the heart because the heart is absolutely gorgeous. Right, I need a pair of scissors. So I'm thinking maybe just like that. Now I need to plug in my glue gun because I am just going to use my glue gun for this. If I can find the plug to it. There it is. Right, so that's plugged in. Let me bring it over so we have it ready. Okay, so I'm really liking these 2 flowers. I do have these as well, which I quite like the idea of. Do I have... Yeah, this will do for a twirly whirly. So I'm just going to spiral these like that. And I quite like the idea of having them or do I want them to be more like this? Let's have a look. Because I'm wondering if this is going to look nicer than just one on its own. So just like that, and then move that out of the way. So have that just sort of there. Yes, actually that looks so much better. I do have these handmade paper flowers. So let me just trim this bit down. So I think that might look, oh, I really like that. Let's have a look. Yeah, that looks nice. I have some white flowers, but I don't think I want to add any white. I do have this, no, don't like that either. Let me trim this because we might be able to put this one on as well. So that one there, and maybe, no, I think, no, I don't like that. We have these gorgeous green elements, so maybe a bit of the green. So I'm just playing around with my composition. I'm not really I'm not sticking anything down yet. I wanted to make sure that I have what I want in first before I start gluing, because once you've started gluing, that's it, you can't really do anything. I'm not really sure about them either. Whoops, they go flying. So maybe, how about that there, that like that. Where did that? There it is. And this bit sort of flew off. So maybe that bit. No, I don't like that either. Right, I think what we're going to do is we're just going to add some sisal to it. So let me just get a bunch out. I love this stuff. I think it just looks absolutely gorgeous on your projects. So let me just, like that. So I'm thinking maybe that in there like that, that there. It will need trimming. That in there, and then that just up against there like that. Actually this time I don't think so. I'm actually just thinking that these 3 elements, and then maybe just some bling. So I have these gorgeous like glittery pieces, but I'm thinking, would it look better with gold? Probably. Right, so they don't quite go. Oh, decisions. It's always hard when you sort of, you know what you want, but you don't know what you want, if that makes any sense. Right, we have a gorgeous red flower here, which I quite like as well. Definitely want to keep that handmade one on. I love that one. Right, I'm liking that. Maybe bring in some lighter bits. So these flowers I got from craftbox.co.uk. I got them out of my subscription box that I receive each month. Oh, there's my phone. I will be back in a second. Sorry about that. Right, okay, so this is actually what I'm thinking, because I really like that. So because I really like it, I am going to just start gluing everything down. So a nice generous blob of glue, because we are going to use that to stick down those berries. And we just there, and then not too much on this one because we don't want the glue to show, so just in there maybe, and then this piece just on there like that. So wait for that to set. Oh, I really like that. And then the last one, I definitely am going to add that because I just think it's nice. Yeah, why not? Oh, do I want a berry to go with it? Do you know what? Right, I'm taking a risk now with this berry, so we shall see. Yes, perfect. There we go. Right, okay, so now that that's done, the last thing I want to do is I want to add some drops. So I'm going to actually go and grab my Nuvo drops. Oh, isn't that just beautiful? That is lovely. Right, I will be back in a second. I'm going to go and grab some Nuvo drops. Okay, so I'm back. So I have these Nuvo drops, and these are Crystal Drops Gloss Red Berry. So that's what I am going to use. So I just need a scrap bit of paper just to make sure that they are working. Yeah, and then let us, so I'm going to put them just dotted around. Oh, oh, it's very sticky. Oh, definitely one there. We'll have a couple just here. Sorry about that banging. I'm trying to see because they seem quite thick, these ones. Let me just, and they're not sort of, they normally go in quite nice blobs, but these two seem to not want to. Right, okay. One in there. Yeah, and then I'm thinking finish off with one here and one there, like that. Okay, and then the last thing that I am thinking of is I do have some Tim Holtz sticker words that I think would look nice with just a title on. So Oh, I like that. Go with your heart. So I like that. Let's listen to your heart. I think that's quite nice as well. You are loved's a good one. Trust your heart's a good one. Oh, but which one? In my heart, be true. Do you know what? I think I'm going to go with your heart. So I think that's lovely. And then I am just going to stick this sort of like that. Yeah, no. Scissors. Where's my scissors? There they are. I don't want to lose these ones because I think we need to split it. So there. Oh, I love that. I really, really do love that. I think it looks beautiful. Right, okay. Give me a second. I'm just going to tidy this away and then I will be back. Okay, so as I was tidying away, I found the, I noticed that I have black ones, even though I knew before. But I'm actually thinking that if I put a couple in, it will give a nice contrast. So that is what I'm going to do. So I thought I would come on and show you that. So I'm just using my glue gun and just popping it underneath where the ends sort of can't be seen. So stick that down like that. I just thought it would just, because it's quite, everything is sort of quite red, and I just thought it would be quite nice to sort of add just a little, and I think it's because I've added that black in there. I just love how it looks. So I'm only going to add 3 bits on, so I have cut the 3 bits down. I am just dipping this end into my black ink, and that is because I want it to sort of blend in, and then that can go in there. So, and then like that. And you know what? I'm going to end with some black splashes. Yes. I think we need some black splashes, so let me get a piece of paper just sort of for that bit, and then let me grab a brush. So this one will be fine, and then let's add some splatters just like that. There we go. Oh, love, love, love. Absolutely love it. Do I want some, do you know what? I want some white ones as well. Where's my gesso? Right, hang on. Move that to one side. What did I do? There it is. So just want a tiny touch of this. Like really, really small amount. I will do it on there, and then we need some water. So let's mix this up like this. So I think I like splatters. I don't do splatters enough actually. I normally always end up adding them after I've filmed because I always forget about them. But yeah, I absolutely love the effect of them, which is silly. Right, okay. Well, it's not silly, but it's silly that I keep forgetting, especially considering I really like the look of it. Come on. Okay, so there's my nice white splattery bits, and then I'm hoping they don't turn pink. I might actually need a bit more gesso to make it a bit thicker. Well, yeah. There we go. There we are. I I've gone through, what, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've gone through 8 brushes doing this project, but fine by me. Right, wipe. Okay, I'm going to go clean up and then I will be back. I will be 1 second. Okay, so there we are. Let me just zoom in. There we go. So there you have it. There is my box that I have created. I mean, doesn't that just look absolutely gorgeous? It's not the colour I would normally go for, so it is out of my comfort zone. I think I might just do a black coat of gesso inside just so that it looks a bit neater. But isn't it just beautiful? I think it is gorgeous. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope it's not too long for you. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for getting to this point, if that's where you've got to. I mean, look at my hands. They have been washed, but they will be stained now for the rest of the day, which I do not mind because I've had so much fun with this. Thank you so much for watching. Please do subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hopefully I will see you very soon in my next video. But until then, happy crafting. Bye.